And I guess you had a little tussle with Dana White. Now here's the thing. Here's my perspective of it. Couple things. One is
we haven't talked about this.
We haven't talked about it at all.
I said when I said so. I'll start with this. When I sent the text, Bryan hates when I go after people. So I sent you a text. I went, dude, I just tweeted this, posted this. Remember, he started it. He came after me.
Yeah.
And then
because I hate it. I don't like you to engage, and if you're going to engage, I want it to be strictly funny.
Kind of funny.
Very funny.
Thank you, sir.
So I guess, and I went back and listened to you talking about Gokhan Saki, which I think was very fair and I think was very accurate.
100%.
Okay. Israel Adesanya,
Stylebender,
who's a bad motherfucker and a great fighter.
Yes.
He thought you were talking about him because he didn't do his homework.
So I'm sure some hater, some fan sent him just a clip.
He should have done his due diligence. He didn't.
Yeah, I get
Posted it fairly funny Instagram, but
it was funny.
It was funny. He's got a sense of humor about it. I thought it was great. But you got to do your due diligence. Dana jumps on. We all know the story. Dana jumps on, but he was so aggressive and so mean.
He was just waiting for something.
He was so mean. Now you did, and I know he probably hears everything. You did compare Dana and Ed Hearns.
No, I never. No, so I know where. So keep going. I'll clear this up.
But you did compare Dana.
No, all promoters. You're
yes.
If you do the Deontay Wilder interview, I went. All promoters are the same. Yes. All of them. I don't trust promoters. I don't trust guys who drive vans. I don't trust Santa Claus.
You don't trust mall Santas, guys who drive vans, and Dana White. That's what you mean, basically.
And promoters.
Right, promoters.
No, but it's not. I didn't call out Dana. It's promoters in general.
Right, but I'm just saying.
But for someone to take offense to that.
But I know. Don't act so innocent.
But that was towards Eddie Hearn. That wasn't him.
It was toward Eddie Hearn.
He probably didn't take offense. I'll tell you what he took offense to.
No, I want to hear. But in it, you did mention Dana. And I remember clocking that. In my head, I remember going, I clocked it, and I went, I know Dana's very sensitive, and I know people feed it to him. So I went, interesting.
Really? Okay. That? No.
This is my thing. But then he came at you. He came at you hard. And I had to say, I thought that your response was funny.
The post?
I thought it was funny.
Thank you, sir.
I thought it was fair. And I thought you had a right to come after him because he came after you twice pretty nastily. And that was mean.
And you know what? The first one I let slide.
Yeah.
The first one I gave it like a mediocre response.
Which I would have said to you, right?
The first one I was like, I'm going to address it. Just, you're not going to punk me. Sure. Mediocre response. And then people were texting me. And, me and Rogan were texting back and forth. I went, Joe, if he comes at me again, I'm going to release the hounds. I'm telling you, I'm going to release the fucking hounds.
You actually said that too.
I said on the internet because Luke Thomas, a good friend of mine, one of the top MMA journalists in the world, head of MMA fighting now, got a promotion. Shout out to Luke Thomas. Me and him were going back and forth, and I said, dude, if he keeps going, I'm cool. I'll leave it this. I don't need to win a Twitter beef. I don't give a fuck about that. If he keeps going, I'm not his friend. I'm going to release the hounds.
Yeah.
And then he kept going.
Yeah.
Well, I was on a plane and I thought, let me type this out. That took me 3 minutes.
Yeah.
None of it's a lie. There's no misinformation there. That is what it is. But that's the game you want to play.
Now, I saw your phone a little bit. How many when you landed? Because you lost Wi-Fi after you sent it.
Fucking Wi-Fi on the plane.
You lost the Wi-Fi on the plane.
I tweeted it, and then, when you
let the dogs go.
Wonder how that's going to go over. And then I'm like,
well, you're in a fight.
And then I went, sir, the flight attendant went, sir, the Wi-Fi, I'm having trouble. He goes, it just went down. And I went, just now? He goes, yes, I can restart it.
Nobody will read it by the time you land.
And I went, oh, no problem. How much time left? He goes, about an hour 20. I went, right on. Can I get another soda water? So I was sitting there like.
And you were waiting. Now, when you landed, how many, and don't exaggerate.
Yeah.
How many texts would you say you got from prominent people, celebrities, people in MMA, people not in MMA? How many texts would you say you got?
In generous?
You just and don't exaggerate. Be conservative.
Conservative?
Just be conservative.
What's text I've ever got?
I mean, because, a lot of texts. There's a tendency to exaggerate.
I know.
Because you see them all lined
I know,
up.
you're like, damn, that's a lot.
It's a lot of text.
That's a
and
lot.
Then you go, that was 15 text.
15.
That's a lot.
15 be crazy.
I mean, when I land, I get 15.
You're like, dang, what's going on?
Yeah,
What'd I do?
So don't go.
Dick pic, get out?
Right.
Yeah.
And then in that 15, there might be one celebrity or one guy who's a household name.
I know, bro.
So take it easy when I ask it.
All right, yeah.
Because we all tend to exaggerate.
We do.
And you and I are a couple liars.
Yeah, or I screenshot and sent to you. There's that.
Well, there is that.
There's that.
There is that.
North of 100?
I counted 110, sir. I counted 110 texts. And I'd say out of 110, I probably know of or know, because they're famous, 55?
At least.
Yeah.
It's weird.
People love gossip and they love a fight.
And they love when someone sticks up to the bully.
Well, yeah, because I think a lot of people can't really answer back. Dana tends to be, because when he gets emotional, I feel like he comes after his fighters sometimes.
You think?
And he's a little mean about it.
But this all
hurts their feelings.
This all started from that, baby.
I know.
This started with him shitting on Francis Ngannou, and I went, that's not the way to go about things.
You guys have a long history. You have a long
Very
history.
long
When you
history.
had sponsors, and I remember seeing the checks, I saw who your sponsors were. I saw actually you get a $42,000 check from somebody way before you even had a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But he said that all your sponsors were nil.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't, which is, and made him.
Anyway, you guys had.
Remember, he went, yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I gave the contracts and my tax returns to Rogan to give to him.
Yeah, I remember.
Just to be like, dude, I'm telling you, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Right.
I'm not the guy to come after.
No. But also, so in that sense, you're also not the guy who's going to get bullied.
Well, I won't stand for bullying.
No.
And so you can get away with this with all these guys. I'm not even in the game.
Right.
I'm not in the game. So for him to be so emotional, and this is what I was talking about on Below the Belt, like if you think I'm just going to, shit on Dana and stuff like that, no, I still don't have any hate in my heart for the guy. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But what I won't stand for is you being a bully, because you can't affect my career.
Yeah.
You can't. There's nothing you can do, man. And he thinks by shitting on me, that's his own insecurities.
Yeah.
He's not waking up happy. He's not waking up fulfilled. You're shitting on me because I beat the game, man. And I did despite you. My show Below the Belt, I've booked some huge names you guys have heard of, and he stops them from coming on the show.
Yeah.
There's things I've had lined up, and he stops that. I'm in a different lane now where you still can't affect my career.
Yeah.
So I'm able to talk unfiltered, no repercussions, and speak the truth.
You're just speaking the
That
truth.
sucks for a guy like him who wants to control the narrative. Yeah. And when you have insecurities, and like I said, bro, what are you mad about? You've won. You're sold the company for $4 billion. You're the CEO of a $4 billion company. Yeah. What are you doing on social media, in Instagram hate? What are you doing being a troll? Right. So it just shows his level of immaturity and just where he's at right now.
Yeah, I think he's my experience, I don't know Dana well, but I've been with him when he was really mad at how a fight came about ringside, cage side. And he was so upset, but it was more that he wanted to put on a good show, so he takes it so personally. So I think what he is a guy who gets very emotional and impulsive. And then I think he's probably one of those guys, like a lot of people. And by the way, I do it too sometimes, where he'll lash out, and then I bet you after that, knowing that guy, when he calms down, he goes, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Because he knows he's going to get the fury back. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Probably even before he gets the fury. He probably,
I'm not in that lane, and fuck. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Why would I do that to that guy?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, there's guys in the UFC, so he shits on everyone, right? And this has been the history of Dana, and that's what he does. Right. And we just accept it.
But doesn't he also then renege on that and also help people?
Very rare. What do you mean help people?
No, in other words,
they do jobs for him.
Isn't he both sides of the spectrum? Like sometimes he's awesome, and then he'll go the other way. Like
awesome if you're awesome for him making money.
Okay.
If you're outside that, you're not awesome to him. And so this all started from with when Francis lost a fight and he shits on Francis. I went, that's not the way we should do things anymore. That's not the way you run a business.
Not with your product.
You don't want to create a bully mentality around this around the business.
On Francis
bad. And I went, how crazy would it be if after Francis lost, he's lost too. He doesn't know his identity.
So his confidence is in the toilet.
Yeah, how great would it be if you, the captain of the ship, went, hey man, you're all right. You're going to be fine. Here's what we should do. This is what I suggest. We've had guys like you before go through this. Here's how to get back on track. Not shit on the guy when he's down.
Because he's talented. He just needs more.
He's making you money, you moron.
Yeah.
Like, don't shit on him.
Right.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe his ego got out of control. A lot of fighters' egos do. Maybe drop some knowledge because you have more experience than anyone in the building.
There you go.
And educate the guy.
There you go.
Why don't you do that?
Very good
Because you motivating by fear. Why do you think all those texts came through? You think because people love Twitter beef? No, because it's the truth. You're a dick.
Right.
And the thing is, your anger's not towards me. It's not what I'm doing. His show keeps going.
Sure.
Your anger is with your insecurities of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you've made it, man. We've both made it.
Right.
It's all good, baby. What are we doing?
Well, I do think just from a business point of view, to take somebody who could be a huge earner and has a lot of talent like Francis Ngannou, who's only been fighting for 5 years, right?
Not long.
Or less.
Not long.
You know, you gotta bring him up slowly, but it is like a meat grinder when you do that to somebody. It's very hard to deal with because he's already dealing with his own. He's already dealing with his own demons now
fighting's
as
tough
a fighter.
enough.
Yeah.
And instead, you got to walk on eggshells.
Now you're worried about your job.
So you're creating this negative environment, and the numbers show that. I think Dana's taken, and this isn't any ill will towards Dana. There's none of that, but the UFC is where it's at. We're not growing. We're losing numbers. It's oversaturated. He's done what he can do with it. Yeah. Now it's time to get a real business-minded person there that doesn't hold these grudges and animosity and shit on the talent and take it to the next level. Dana, you did great, man. You're a Hall of Famer, one of the best promoters in the game. You did your thing. But now it's time to see what happens when you get a real person who knows what the fuck they're doing.
Somebody who, like, the kind of guys that run the NBA, the NFL,
a real business,
the MLB.
And there's no animosity.
Those guys are so professional.
Yeah. They don't have time to jump on Instagram and shit on their product.
No.
Can you imagine if what Silver, the head of NBA, went on LeBron James' Twitter and like, dude, can't believe you bombed another finals. They'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
He would lose his job.
Yeah. That's right.
It's insane.
That's right. And I also think that for me, I just could never, regardless of where I was a promoter, I've never been in the octagon. So I wouldn't know. I'd like to criticize.
That's why you treat guys like that, though, because he's never been there. Because I guarantee you, anyone who's been there would not treat them that way.
But also, if you haven't been there, you got to know that, and you have to be a little bit respectful of the fact that they're just.
You know what they're going through. You would know.
Made it there.
You would know a guy on a 2-fight skid how he's feeling
to make it into the. Octagon.
Have you heard Oscar De La Hoya, who's a pro? You ever heard him or Bernard Hopkins just completely shit on someone like that and make fun of the career or anything like that?
No.
Because they've made
I've
that
never
walk.
heard any boxers do that, including the commentators.
No, I'm saying as a promoter, because those are Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya promoters because they've been there.
Sure.
They made that walk. So they might throw shade at guys.
Sure.
But they're not going to come up to me like, what a fucking scrub. He should, what?
Yeah. The only thing, like, I can see if somebody has a lot of talent and they don't train, they come up there and they shit the bed. Then you've got like a reason to go, he's just lazy. He could be great, but he's lazy and he won't be. Then there are criticisms
That's
like
different.
That. Sure.
That's different.
But yeah. But did you get it? I have to ask this. But I'm not trying to stir the pot, but I do feel like if you listen to, because I went back and listened, because I'm protective. So, and you were talking specifically about Gokhan Saki.
Only about Gokhan
and
Saki.
we heard that. Yeah. You were very clear about that.
I think most.
But Israel made a mistake in not listening. He heard somebody tell him. Yeah. Did he reach out and apologize?
No, we don't know each other.
Oh, okay.
We don't know each other.
Seems like a cool guy. I listened to him on.
I'm sure he's
Rogan.
Great. Yeah, I didn't listen to him on Rogan. Rogan says he's a great guy.
Smart
I don't
guy,
know him. Obviously, tons of skill. Yeah. He, I shot him a DM on Instagram. My brother, I'm telling you, you got this confused. This isn't about you. Keep doing your thing. I'm sure you'll be champ someday. Good luck with everything.
Yeah.
I don't know him. The good thing.
Is he 70 or 55? No,
70.
85.
He's 85. That's right.
Big guy. Yeah.
The thing about with him is, when I was fighting, I didn't look into a lot of things. If people would pick against me, it'd fuel the fire. So I get that, what he's doing. He's just wrong on this point. He doesn't owe me an apology. I don't give a fuck. If anything, too, I mean, I'm sure he's gotten the most activity he's ever got in his life on the, and that's not throwing shade, but by me and Dana commenting, getting this beef on his Instagram, I'm sure it's helped his following.
I love watching that guy.
Keep doing your thing, young man.
Since that, I looked him up.
You followed him, right?
I love watching that guy fight.
Phenomenal
Jesus Christ,
phenomenal.
Wow.
But yeah, he's off on this one, but helped his Instagram game, so
good for him.
Carry on, young lion.
Good for him. Young lion.
Yeah,
well, there it is.
Yeah, man. I mean,
there it is.
What are you going to do?
Well, what you're going to do is keep moving forward.